I thought I'd share this document with you, particularly if you are looking to buy a house or you have in the process of doing that and you have one on a contract. This is 7 things you should never do in the process of buying a house, because if you do this, the likely thing is your offer or your ability to buy it, particularly we're talking about finance, not cash, that's different. But if you're a finance offer, you do any of these, you're probably going to find the deal is going to fall apart. You won't be able to get your mortgage, and you could potentially lose your deposit. And the money you spent on inspections, appraisals and stuff has been a complete and utter waste of time. The most obvious one right here is don't change a job. Because the moment you change your job, it totally changes everything. Now obviously that's quite logical. Why would you change a job in the process of buying a house? But sometimes some people do that. If you're looking to buy a house in another area, sometimes what's being suggested, although it might mean you've got to pay a lot higher interest rate, is to buy that property as a second home, and then sell the one you've got and move into that one, and then you don't have to worry about changing jobs. Now if you're doing that, the job change is in another area, relocating, it's in the same field, just make your mortgage company aware of that. They can document that, and they can show the reason why you're going to the job. You have to come up with documents to support that, indicate what you're making, that sort of thing. So obviously changing jobs, relocating, that's not particularly that uncommon. What we're talking about though is if you've got a house under contract and all of a sudden decide to change job. I'm going to go from maybe in one field, I'll go right into another one because it pays me more money. That's probably going to cost your ability to buy that property. The other thing you don't want to do either is increase debt. What that means is, okay, I'm going to go out and buy brand new furniture now, I'm going to put that on financing, that sort of thing, so I'll have the ability to pay for it. Don't do that, because what that will do is it will affect your debt to income ratio based on all those expenses coming in together. So do not increase debt. So if you're looking to buy a car, if you're looking to buy furniture, if you're looking to pay for a holiday, do not do any of that until they've actually closed on the property. Apply for new credit. That's the sort of thing you need to look with your lender and see what they say on that. Now, if we go back to number 2, increasing debt. If you have a very low debt to income ratio, because that comes into play, you may very well be able to afford to be able to buy a car or buy additional furniture, that sort of thing. But check with your mortgage lender first before you do that to make sure it doesn't mess things up. But some people have a very tight debt to income ratio. The moment you increase debt, you're pushing over that, you're not going to be able to buy that. The other thing it's got here, move money without a paper trail. When you go to buy a house, and when the bank asks for a copy of all your bank records, they obviously want to see where the funds are coming from. If all of a sudden you put $10,000 into that account, generally want to know why. Now, I, for example, collect books and stuff like that, and on occasion I have used some of that I've sold on eBay to use as a down payment on a property, because some of my stuff is worth a little bit of money. So I've always provided proof as to where that money has come from. So if all of a sudden you've been taking cash and you've been keeping it in a shoebox in your home, and you got $50,000-$60,000 in a safe, and you now want to go ahead and put that in the bank and use that towards your down payment on the house, that won't work. That's what we call seasoned. So you have to provide proof as to where that money came from. So if all of a sudden you put $60,000 in the bank, so I've been saving it the last 5 or 6 years in a shoebox, that's not going to work. You have to be able to document it, or it's got to be in the bank for a period of time. Again, your mortgage broker will be able to tell you, because I'm not a mortgage broker, how long that has to be seasoned for. It's what's called seasoning. There's a timeline for that, and I think it's a couple of months. Number 5, skip a payment or make a late payment for a bill. The moment you do that, it will show up on your credit, because they will run another credit check before the final closing comes in and see if it's still good. If they see it's dropped, you may no longer qualify for that particular property at that rate, or even qualify for it at all. Spend your savings. Generally, a bank wants to see evidence of money in an account that will cover upcoming mortgages for a number of months. Again, this stuff you clarify with your mortgage broker to see how much you've got. So you've got a family member also needs $10,000 to do something. You use that money to support them. That may very well affect you, the ability to buy the house. As I said, don't go buy furniture. Don't go spend money on a cruise. Don't do anything like that. Don't buy a car. So you don't want to do any of that. And that ties in with number 7, buy big ticket items. You don't want to do any of that sort of thing. So if you're looking to do that sort of thing, check with your mortgage broker. Make sure it doesn't affect your debt to income ratio. If it does, do not do it. If you're going to do it, wait till after it's closed. Once the home is closed and you own it, it's yours. You can do whatever you want. That's fine. You can do all that stuff. Apply for new credit. You can change jobs, increase debt. Just don't skip payments. Never a good thing to do that. Spend money you got for savings. Move money around. Buy big ticket items. You can do any of that after it's closed. Just don't do it before the closing, because you may screw things up. If you screw things up, you may be losing your deposit. Don't do that. If you have any questions about real estate market, reach out to me, sign up for my channel, and I hope to hear from you.
Audio Jungle.